whiteboards and what whiteboards are all about. I mean, we were promised it before the semester started, but eventually there's going to be a whiteboard in 305, which will have both projection, a smartboard, thank you, projection and drawing capabilities. But as things go in this world of bureaucracy, the order's been in place since July, August, and what month is this? It's October, okay, and we're still waiting. Okay, so let's just take a pause here and see, because you have a paper due next week, so let's go back to that and just make sure everybody's clear about what we're doing and where we're going with that, okay? A paper. I hope that's not news to anybody. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so how's everybody did their observation already? Good. How many people observed Benny teaching? Yes. How was it?
Good.
Are you ready to go back to class? Good. Oh, he's got new students. Yay, okay. Did everybody find a good place to observe? Okay, so what's this paper going to look like? Anybody written it yet? Yes, okay, what does it look like in your version?
Well, I have about 3 pages of Jessica said blank, and then the students did blank, and I tried to stay out of it as much as I could, and really just
and not evaluate,
and
right?
Just notice and say what I saw, and then about 3 pages of linking what I saw into Boston, and I went through this very big conflict with myself because I saw the environment that I was in when I was sitting there watching it. I would never have perceived as a command style environment, but ultimately when you look at his definition of what a command style classroom or how a command style event takes place, that's exactly what it is.
100%?
If you're really, really like being to him to a T, like really follow, yeah. Which is really weird for me.
There weren't any variations?
As a teacher who was, as a teacher who was saying, use your own ideas to do blank, or use your own ideas to do blank. And yet, when you look at who was making the decisions about how the classroom functioned,
yeah, decisions can be made from the teacher, but it's not command.
Like
a lot of hands went up here. Okay, one in the
yeah, which is why
I was talking to some of the older workforce, and I was talking about validating command. She goes, well, she's like, look outside and see, like, for instance, like you can see reciprocal. You can see students staying in the corner, sort of working on something together, and so you can bring that in.
Yes, you can bring that in. Okay. Yes, Dina.
I was just going to say that at first that's how I was thinking about it too, that it was very command style. The teacher had everything planned before she came into the room. But then there were things that she left up to the student, like she would take 2 sideways movements and spinning movements, but she would choreograph the movements for the students. So those decisions were the ones that the students had to make.
Yeah, okay, good. Yes.
Yeah, at the beginning I thought it was very command style, but then like going in my brain I figured that students made the decisions like Shannon and like pausing, and not everybody was the same, and she was like, oh, that was beautiful, and
so they had an
confusing.
option of finishing it in their own way. Okay. Yeah, there are subtleties to it. I think all of these things are basically saying the same thing. Just because the teacher makes the decisions doesn't mean it's always command. The teacher may make the decision, but then shift a little responsibility to the students. Okay? And we really talked about a teacher making no decisions is not really teaching at all. Okay?
Well, and if it's in a certain context, like if the teacher's going to be doing the feedback and the teacher wants these results in like pre-class,
yes,
they have to guide them.
Exactly.
They have to guide them. They can't just go, okay, do whatever you want. It has to be like, well, what color is your, wand today? Like, that's giving the children options, but you're guiding them to get the end result of what you want them to do.
Right. So there are different ways of things. And what would be different about that? not sure I love your example, but if you say everybody stand and hold princess wand, is that what you're talking about?
Right.
And it's blue and you're going to hold it right there. You know, that's one thing. But if you say everybody hold something in your hand and think of it as embodying a different color, you wouldn't use that word with, like, you know, kids. But, you know, think of, you know, making it your own color, and then your color is going to tell you where you're going to hold it. That's going to be very different. Okay? There's all sorts of ways to do that. Okay. But I do like your original format. So you had all of this description of just the class, and then you went back and looked at what was going on.
Yeah.
Right?
And I almost feel like I guess I anticipate I think in my paper I anticipate the person saying, well, no, that wasn't really like, and I'm stumbling, forgive me, but
That's okay.
perhaps I'm holding too strict of a view of Boston's framework.
Yeah, go back and look at some of those subtleties again.
Because I identified there was some inspiration at various points in the class from
Yes.
the other styles, but ultimately
So what do
the
you?
full hour was, you know, she didn't say go and line up whenever you're ready. No, please line up now.
Yeah, but that's okay. You know, it's not that that's 100% command. Line up, but then there was something. Go back and really look at moments, not just maybe the line-up moment. Line-up moment is pretty straightforward.
I
You
don't
know?
know, some that tell the primary students to run to the corner and they choose to run however they want to the corner, leaps or whatever, and there's
Yes.
some that say turn around 80 degrees and walk and walk and walk. So like,
Yeah, I mean, I say slither over to the word wall and I'll meet you there when I'm ready. You know, like,
Yeah, that's a little different too. Yes.
I was gonna say, because like in mine, I'm defining when the teacher said to move to your spot in slow motion.
Yeah.
I'm defining that as task style because
You have to figure out how you're going to do it. Yeah. Yeah, not everybody's slow motion is going to be the same. Not everybody's slow motion is going to be the same tempo, you know, because everybody has a different version of slow. If you didn't say 1, 2, 3, 4, then everybody's going to have, you know, your slow is going to be a little faster. I'm serious, right? Didn't it took you a minute to get that? Yes.
So, sorry, I wasn't here. I just got access to the video.
How was the video?
We had a little bit of
Oh, okay.
communication, so I
Okay.
haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
But I guess my question is, in our paper, like, should we discuss these type of things? Like, it looks like she's using
Yes,
this, but
that's a
I
very
can
good
also
question.
see that she is using this in these different ways. Like,
So just describe the class without any evaluation, like this is good teaching, this is bad teaching, the kids were bored. Leave that out. Just say what you saw. Okay? Then talk about it, but say, I would identify this portion of the class as task because, and support why it's task. Or kind of moving from task to command because there were elements of this and elements of that. What I'm going to read in that is whether you really get a sense of what those styles are and what the subtle differences are. It's not all or nothing.
And it's gonna be really open to, again, I guess how we see it, how literal are we being in terms of like it's happening right now in terms of the teacher was giving a complete instruction and he's got full control, but at a certain point, even by mentioning take your own time, stretch for a second. Even that little
That's
detail that
something
makes
else.
it,
Yeah.
or it's a little detail like, okay, we're doing this, but you can do this other movement if it feels a little better. Even as subtle as it is, we can.
Right. But if you think you saw something else there, then use something of your description of the class to say why it was this. So in a sense, what I'm going to is a scientific process of support it with evidence. Not just I perceived it was a all command class, we're done. But the teacher did this sounded like a movement towards task or something. There was a hand up right here, yes.
I was wondering, are we sticking just with the ones we discussed in class with the
You could go on a
command,
little,
task and reciprocal
and
or-
guided discovery.
and guided discovery? That's what we're sticking with.
Yeah, if you read on and you really were in a very creative class where other things were happening, you could pull some other ones in.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
As part of the assignment, it's talking about commenting on whether or not you think it was successful, or which additional styles might have benefited. So, like critiquing and maybe offering another option is kind of what's going on. Just as an example, I watched a pre-primary ballet class, so I had like 3, 4, 5-year-olds, and I could watch the instructor's modes and methods shift throughout the class because it got to the point where it's like, okay, when we do it that way, I'm hurting cats, versus when I say do it this way, I get them all in a line and they all start to go.
Yes.
So like you really see a difference in, just watching one section, I would totally comment on, we just needed to about face and move it to the other side of the thing, instead of giving them the creativity to go that way. We lost control.
Right.
Of what was
Okay.
going on.
So that's your comment at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would go.
Should we do that while we're describing the teaching styles, or is that
Yeah.
a little separate?
No, you can, if it works better in a narrative, just think of how it flows in a reading, writing style, that's all. I'll leave that up to you. If you're the kind of person that needs to do the class, the styles, commentary, boom, 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 then fine. But if you want to weave the commentary in the analysis of styles, you can do that.
We also do like
The analysis
describing
style of class.
and the analysis.
You can
style.
weave the whole thing together as long as I see clearly that all those things are there. Okay, everybody has a different writing style. Well, I'm giving you a little bit of leeway into that, okay? I'm not telling you it must have these 3 sections and nothing more, nothing less. Okay, is everybody good about that? Okay, any more questions about this paper?
The length.
The length, did I write in there?
It says 3 to 6.
3 to 6 pages. Okay.
And you still want no cover page?
No cover page. It's very simple. There are too many trees out there that I like. Plus, when you add up all your papers and put it in a pile and add a cover page onto each one, the pile gets higher. Okay. 2 basic reasons. Okay. And if you're into printing on front and back, that's fine with me too. You want to save a few more trees? Oh yeah, it makes it thinner for me. It makes everybody happier. Yes. Okay, because these all then go into a bag, which gets on my shoulder, and I take it home. And my shoulder doesn't want to be down here. It wants to be up here. Okay, so simple process. Any other questions about the paper? Okay. Also for next week, we're reading ahead to Ira Shore and Jacqueline Smith-Otard. So Smith-Otard did come into the bookstore, so you can read a little bit about her, or you could get her in your own source. Okay. It was Shore on course reserves. I didn't check. Yes. Okay. And you can read up to, you can read a little about him on the, he's another theorist. You can sort of like Google him and just read about and just get some ideas of his theories. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, can everybody with cool boots come together? We need boots on the video, okay. Boots. I know. There's times of